This has been the most meaningful research project that I've ever been engaged with. International NGOs really want to change the world, but they themselves are going to have to change in order to be able to do that. I'm Professor of Global and Imperial History here at Oxford, and my broad field of research is the history of modern European empires, but I also write about the histories of decolonisation and their connection to issues of international development. The policy challenge that I'm currently working on is to think about the future of international NGOs and how that future may be informed by their past. There's a palpable sense that these organisations are hitting a watershed moment. How do you deal with the data and digital science revolution? What is your response to the climate crisis? What are the consequences of huge geopolitical upheaval that we're living with at the moment going to be? We conducted a major survey of the leaders of 50 international NGOs, and there are about 12 of those organisations that come together regularly every 3 to 4 months. That has created an almost unique database with which to think about the type of pressures that are bearing down on these organisations and how they might respond to those pressures.
The relationship with Professor Thompson came about really when Save the Children reached its centenary. We had a conference and we were very fortunate that Professor Thompson came along. We wanted to take a different look at Save the Children's existence and not go with the kind of glossy public engagement PR version of the story, but actually dig into a much more critically reflective angle.
I do quite a lot of development work in Somaliland, focusing on women. 3 years ago, I was also the head of Somaliland mission. That's when I came to know Andrew, who then invited me and asked me whether I want to be part of the project.
One of the key outcomes of the project so far is that we've been able to take the results of that leadership survey to the world's 2 key consortia of international NGOs, and to give them a structured framework to think about the key challenges that are around the corner for them.
So one of the recommendations of the report is that the people of Somaliland should tell what their needs are, and it should not be decided in London or Copenhagen or Washington.
I mean, academic research is vital for good policy making. The world is changing fast. So unless we reflect critically, we may be acting in a wrong way. So we have to think before we act, and that's always a truism, but never truer than now.
We're hoping to turn the project on the future of international NGOs into a permanent forum. I can't remember a time in my career where I felt so excited by what I'm doing.